Buckingham Palace advisor, Dickie Arbiter. Dickie, welcome to you. These are allegations in the Mail. I can't vouch for them. I can't imagine you can either. But do they ring true?
No, they don't. The Mail quotes sources. I think for sources read speculation. It just fills out pages, it fills out their agenda, and quite frankly, at the end of the day, Andrew lives just down the road from his mother in Windsor Great Park. It made sense that he accompanied her to the Thanksgiving service. She was there because it was her husband, and Andrew was there because it was his dad. The rest of the family didn't acknowledge him. He saw the Queen to the centre of the aisle. She turned right, went to her seat alone, and he turned and sat down next to Prince Edward. None of the family acknowledged him, and I think, quite frankly, we've got to move on. I mean, the guy was there because it was his dad's Thanksgiving service, and the fact that he accompanied his mother, it kind of makes sense because the Queen is frail. Anything could have happened. And
Dickie, anybody could have accompanied her. But I think people will probably say anybody could have accompanied her. And, the Queen's a shrewd political operator. And it felt more than happenstance. It felt like she was using up some of her capital to say, here is my son. He's literally standing by me, and I am metaphorically standing by him.
As you would expect a mother to do. Andrew has paid the price. All sorts of figures are being bandied about. I think the last one I saw was £7 million being paid to Virginia Giuffre. But he is Queen Elizabeth's son. And yes, any mother would stand by their son. But I think too much capital is being made out of what was a terrific service, a terrific send-off, something that should have happened last year but didn't. The eulogy by David Connor, the Dean of St George's Chapel, was excellent. And the Queen was terrific. She bobbed up and down when required. She took note of the eulogy, put her glasses down when the service was over, and left.
Dickie, I say this in good faith. I say it as a resolute monarchist myself. But, yes, you're saying the Queen was there as a mother. She's also our head of state. And as our head of state, she will know, and her advisors will have told her, that the Duke of York's... The misgivings people have about the Duke of York are not going to disappear overnight. I would submit they will never disappear. And as such, he needs to go to ground and stay there. Because any public appearance by Prince Andrew is damaging to the institution which the Queen has given a life of public service to.
Queen has given a life of public service to. The Queen was there. It was a family service. Yes, there were a lot of other people there, but at the end of the day, it was a family service, something that should have taken place last year, but didn't because of COVID. She is standing by her son, but she was there as the widow of Prince Philip, not as head of state, and we've got to remember that.
No, I get all that. Dickie, it was a family service, broadcast live by the state broadcaster. You go to family services, I go to family services. Sarah Elliott, who's alongside in the studio, goes to family services. There are not teams of camera crews broadcasting to the nation and abroad. What's happening there? It's that oldest division. Far better than I do or anybody else. That this oldest division in monarchy. That yes, it's a family, and we love the fact that as a family we can project onto them all the ups and downs of family life. But they also have this enormously important constitutional role. And it wasn't just a private service. The cameras were let in yesterday. It was being beamed around the world.
It wasn't a private service. I never said that. What I did say, it was a family service, and the world was there watching. The world was there making up its own mind. Newspapers went, as one commentator on the particular newspaper you were quoting, the Daily Mail, said it was OTT. If you read the Times, it was a completely different story. Yes, they mentioned Andrew. They questioned whether he should have been there, but it wasn't as vicious as the Mail story was. The Sun relegated it to page 3. And I think at the end of the day, yes, Andrew has done wrong. He has paid the price. He has gone to ground. He's lost all his titles, his military associations. He's lost all his charities. He's not allowed to use HRH. He will go to ground. And I doubt we'll see him again unless the inevitable happens, which it will one day.
Dickie Arbiter.